Walter Ray Williams Jr. is the 1996 PBA Player of the Year. He is currently the PBA's leading money winner. With 5 titles last year, he totals 21 and leads the field at the Columbia 300 Open. ESPN and the Professional Bowlers Association presents the championship round finals of the Columbia 300 Open. We're deep in the heart of Texas, Austin, Texas. That's the capital of Texas and the home of the Texas Longhorns. We're inside beautiful Highland Lanes. Hi, everybody. I'm Mike Durbin. And for this afternoon's telecast, we feel we cover a wide spectrum of bowling styles, beginning with our number 3 qualifier. He's the youngest player on our telecast, only 23 years of age. And as my partner Marshall Holman says, his ball goes coast to coast. He hooks it from one end of the lane to the other. And that's resulted in 2 300 games for him already this week. But he's still looking for his first PBA victory, Brian Himmler of Cincinnati, Ohio. Our number 2 qualifier is from Hollywood, Florida. And he's won 11 times in his career. And he is always energetic, always entertaining, and almost always smiling, Randy Petersen. And our number 1 qualifier is just that. The number 1 ranked player in the world, coming off a great year in 1996 when he won 5 times and was voted IOF PBA Player of the Year. He's looking for his first victory in 1997, but the 22nd of his great career, Walter Ray Williams Jr. My partner, Marshall Holman, has won 22 times in his career, and he's with our opening 2 bowlers.
Thank you very much, Mike. I'm with Tommy Delutz Jr. Tommy, you made back-to-back telecasts last year in Portland and Kennewick, Washington. Do you feel that experience will help you out today?
Oh, definitely. Get me a little loose. If this is my first show, I'd be a lot tighter than I am now.
All right, Tommy. Well, good luck to you. I watched you practice. Look like you're ready.
Thank you.
Andy Neuer. Andy, you're the only lefty in our top 5 today. Do you feel having that side all to yourself is going to help you with consistency?
Well, all week they've been pretty consistent across the house. Today they seem to be the same way. I don't think there'll be a problem.
All right. Well, good luck to both our competitors. They're ready to go. Back to you, Mike.
Thank you, Marshall. We're using lanes 19 and 20 here at beautiful Highland Lanes. Same pair that we've used every year here. And Tommy Delutz is up first on lane 19. Tommy has just reached 30 years of age. As he sends it out toward the channel and back, and right away he gets a break, leaving only the 2 pin, with the pin coming off the wall to knock out the 10. Tommy's 5'11", 160 pounds, from Jamaica, New York. At the 2 pin, and it's no trouble for Tommy Delutz. Andy Neuer, we see, is 31 years of age. Been a pro 13 years, 5'9", from Milton, Pennsylvania, wearing a microphone for us this afternoon.
And the reason, Mike, the reason that he went high on that lane is both the players on the left side and the right side have been having trouble with the ball going long. So he was afraid the ball wasn't going to hook. He tried to help that ball hook, and you can't do that.
Cross lane at the 4 pin. Changes balls. Covers it, so both players open the spares.
And fortunate spares, neither shot in the pocket. They did have a little trouble in practice, and I would think that the player that can find the pocket is going to be the player that's going to win this game.
First shot on lane 19 for Andy Neuer. High again. Crosses over, leaves another 4 pin.
And there's Andy's wife, Angie. She's rooting Andy on.
Angie and Andy, huh?
As you heard Andy just saying to himself, get the ball left. He's not trusting the ball. Tough to trust it when you know it might not hook back.
Or you're afraid that it won't hook back right.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. You know, and this is going to be a key shot for Tommy. He needs to get himself loosened up. He knows his opposition is having trouble, so if he can find the pocket, he should be in real good shape. Average 223 to qualify 5th.
Both players struggling as they open the match, leaving the 9-10. How does he make this, Marshall?
Well, Mike, he's going to have to fit the ball right in between the 9 and the 10. It's a relatively easily split conversion, but in Tommy's third telecast, anything that is a split is going to be a little bit difficult. He'll throw the ball much straighter for the split conversion.
Oh, nice shot. Little confidence builder there.
That's confidence. You can see the way he kind of leans into the shot a little bit before he takes his first step. 5-step approach. Push the ball away in the second step. A nice shoulder high. Really a very nice looking style. And a good knee bend. And take a look at this result, Mike Durbin.
Perfect. He might have got the 7 with that if it had been up there.
It's possible. Going for his first strike.
And he got it in the 1-3, but leaves a 4-pin. And both players now thrown through 5 frames. We're still looking for our first strike.
Well, and I'm sure we're going to get one pretty soon, but I like that shot better. That shot was a little further inside. I really feel on both the left side and the right side, if you swing the ball out too close to the edge, it's going to hang and it won't hook back.
At the 4-pin. No trouble again. So both players kind of feeling out each other and the lanes at this point.
Yeah,
in time.
it's a lot like the first round in a boxing match where no big blows thrown yet, just sort of testing the waters.
No mistakes, big mistakes yet either. High again. Wow. Oh my goodness gracious. The 1, 2, 4, 7. I bet he hasn't shot this too often.
No, that's nothing but an air ball. And we'll take a look at Andy's approach. He's also a 5-step. Starts his ball in the second step, the push away, shoulder high. He also has a nice knee bend, but he's not letting the ball go. And that's got a hook.
So 2 shots. He fails to hit the head pin in an open frame in the 3rd frame by Andy Neuer. We were speaking of no big mistakes. There is one.
Well, there's a real big mistake. And it really looks like what Andy could use right now are some of his left-handed friends to help him break this pair down a little bit and build a shot. But he's there all by himself.
Well, he got it closer to the 1-2, leaving just a 10-pin at this point in time.
And Andy's down by 13 pins right now. Needs to make this spare. Even though he really has only come close once, he's still very much in the match, Mike.
Cross lane at the 10-pin. He converts it. Andy Neuer trails by 13. Both players are fishing, but we won't be fishing because we'll be back in just a minute. Stay with us.
When I got rid of my gray hair, I wanted a natural look, so I didn't take any chances. I used the sure thing for a natural look called Just for Men.
Apply Just for Men, and in 5 minutes, rinse. It's specially timed to blend away gray, bring back your natural look, and condition hair.
It's a sure thing.
Just for Men, the sure thing for a natural look. And now try Just for Men Color Gel for the hard-to-color hair of mustaches and beards. Brush in, rinse out. Just 5 minutes.
Cozy, huh? What? Whoa. Bedroom? No way. Security? Close to transportation! Classic fixtures. Ooh, what do we have here? Bud Light. Go ahead. It's got your name on it. I'll get my own. Nice. Huh?
I'll take it. For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
That was close. I was down on my last one.
The Columbia 300 Open is brought to you by Columbia 300 Incorporated. Introducing Rage. Let it out. Tommy Delutz looking for the first strike of the match on lane number 20 in the 4th frame. Wow.
And that's why they're afraid to trust the ball, Mike Durbin, both on the right side and the left side. Right now, there seems to be a lot of hang. We'll take a look at this shot. You can see he's trusting this ball. He sends it over about the 11th board. It goes all the way out to about 2, but it doesn't bite. It doesn't get that hard bite in the back end. Now he's left himself with a fairly difficult spare, the 1-2-8. Should throw the ball hard and straight at it.
Trouble.
And very fortunate to make that spare.
Marshall, when you say there's a lot of hang, what does that mean?
Well, as we watch this shot, you can see that this ball needed to be further left, but he was fortunate. He makes the spare. As far as the being hang on the lanes, it seems as if there's more conditioner to the right and to the left side of both the lanes, and the back ends aren't quite as fresh. We're not getting quite the kick in the back end.
Well, he got it in the 1-3, left a solid 9 this time, a solid 4 last time on that lane.
I like that shot better. He's got the ball further left when he releases the ball and not going as far to the right. He still has a 9-pin lead. He's got lane 19 fairly figured out. He's going to have to work on getting lane 20.
At the 9-pin, no trouble. Andy, he kind of in the same boat on the other side of the lane.
And Andy is very, very confused right now. He hasn't even come close to the pocket on this right-hand lane, and his wife, Angie, right now is a little bit nervous for him. But he's still only down by 9 pins. Made a very good shot. Fortunate to break down the split.
Leaves just the 6-pin, but at least he got it in the 1-2.
And that's 2 shots in a row he's gotten to the 1-2 pocket, so that will help him out immensely.
At the 6-pin. Has trouble. I asked him earlier if he was ready to take his place mentally and physically among the PBA elite players.
Well, over the last couple of years, Mike, I've paid more attention out here mentally and physically. I've worked at doing different things, hooking it, going straighter. I feel like I'm getting close, and hopefully this will be a good year.
And that was a pretty good shot. Leaves the 7-pin. And he says that's close.
I think, and right now he feels good about just getting the ball close, Mike.
Boy, I wonder if we've ever had a match in PBA history where both players went through without a strike.
Well, not that I know of, but and I'm sure we're going to see some strikes in this game. As he takes that harder ball, throws it hard and straight at the 7-pin, now trailing by 11 pins. Well, and this is the lane that's been giving Tommy more trouble.
So does he move in? What does he do?
Well, I'd like to see him move further in on the lane, not get the ball so far to the right.
The 2-4-10, been flirting with it, and now he leaves it.
And now he needs to get this ball to the left-hand side of that 2-pin, knock the 2-pin into the 10-pin to keep his lead.
Yeah, if he misses it, he falls behind for the first time in the match.
Yeah, and there's nothing quite like the feeling of going into the lead while you're just sitting there watching your opposition bowl.
At the 2-10, no chance. Open frame. Both players now are through 6 frames, and we're still looking for our first strike, folks. And I'm sure everybody at home is saying, well, I can do that well.
They should try it on lanes 19 and 20 at Highland Lanes right now.
Deep in thought right there, Andy Neuer.
Tommy knows that this game is still very much in doubt.
Change of angle.
Now, the last time on that lane, he was further in, didn't get the ball as far to the right. This time he moves further out to the right, tried to throw the ball a little more direct, and it did not hook, leaving the 1-2, 8-10.
Same as the washout, right?
It is the washout. Difficult to make, but certainly not impossible.
And he got it.
Oh, that'll be a big lift for him. Great confidence builder for Tommy Delutz Jr. As you can see, hard and straight over the 4th arrow. Needs to get that head pin to the sideboard. Will it trip around it? No, it knocks it down.
Tommy Delutz, trailing by 3, is making splits, but he can't get any strikes. Will he get them? We'll find out right after this.
This month, over 1 million new cars will be sold.
I'm out of here. What? You're going to run out of Toyotas, and this place is going to be a madhouse.
Okay, well, it could happen.
Tell them about Tacoma.
Get a Tacoma 4x4 now for just $209 a month. With the most powerful standard engine in its class. Or go for a big T100 with thousands in savings. Now's the time. So get to
You know, you might want to tell those Toyota buyers to hurry.
I was just getting to that.
Oh, hi. This is the Ford Windstar, and there's a number of reasons why it's a great minivan. Like standard dual airbags for protection in a collision, and standard anti-lock brakes to help avoid collisions. Windstar has over 40 standard safety features, which helped Windstar get the government's highest safety rating, 5 stars. And here's a number that makes it easy to afford a Windstar, $1,000 cash back. Ford Windstar, it's the minivan with all the right numbers.
See your Quality Plus Ford dealer and prepare to be impressed.
7th frame, Andy Neuer leads by 3 pins. There's his high game of the week. In the low game, he's liable to shoot lower than that this game and win.
And we're still looking for our first strike. Will Andy Neuer give it to us?
Yes.
Oh, look at that. There's a strike.
Well, we haven't had many. We need a replay of it.
Well, we'll take a look at Andy's ball. Now, it's coming in a little bit high, but he's going hold, ball, hold. And there's 10 in the pit for Andy Neuer.
Stay aggressive.
Well, 2 in a row now. It's contagious.
And you heard Andy just prior to throwing that ball, he's mic'd and he said, stay aggressive. What that means is he wants to make sure that he gets the proper speed on the ball and makes a good firm release. Now it's time for Tommy Delutz to dig deep. Will he make a line change? Well, he tried, but he's just...
3-6-10. It's either the 2-10 or the 3-6-10 for him.
Yeah, and he's getting... not anywhere near the ball reaction that got him to this position. You can see a tentative release. It hit about 12. Didn't extend through that shot far enough. And leaves the 3-6-10.
At the 3-6-10. Has it. Basketball fans, it's another big Monday presented by Bud Light. In the first game, it's Georgetown taking on Connecticut. Rematch of last year's Big East Championship. Then ESPN is back in Austin for Texas Tech and Texas. We close out the night in the pit in Albuquerque for BYU and New Mexico. That's tomorrow night starting 7:30 Eastern Time. Back live, 9th frame. It's got a chance. Oh, the solid 10.
Oh, that's a shame. A great shot on the left-hand lane. It really needs it right now. Trailing now by 17 pins. Very important to make this. Very important to make this spare. As you see the pin action, the 6 going around the 10 pin, ringing 10, and you'll see that in every bowling center in the country.
At the 10 pin, has it.
Now, Mike, considering that Tommy Delutz Jr. has a possibility of 185 and still is in the match, he's got to feel some life.
Well, this shot will probably tell the story right here.
Yeah, Andy does have a chance to take care of this match right here. That was left.
He's made an angle change, it looks to me. He's moved in a little bit, leaves just the 6 pin there.
Fortunate to leave the 6 pin. He didn't get the ball as far to the left as he needed to. But he's still in good shape. If he makes a spare and then spares with good count in the 10th frame, he'll go on to face Mr. Himmler.
Has the conversion. His wife Angie approves. She's saying now, one good shot, honey, one good shot. There's the score. 16 pins is the difference. Some kind of mark. Ooh, the 2-4-7-8.
Well, now he needs to make this spare. This is a very difficult spare.
It's the average builder, only it's on the other side, Marshall.
That's right. He needs to get this ball between the 2 pin and the 4 pin and make sure the ball hooks enough to get that sleeper 8.
Tough spare.
And he's using the harder ball. I'm kind of surprised.
Thank you.
He gives thanks.
Oh.
So what's he need? He needs 9 to lock it up, is that right?
He needs 9 pins to lock it up. And right now, 9 pins is not a given. Not with the way the lanes are reacting. Not taking a lot of time.
9 pins for the win.
He threw it hard. And we have a chance at a tie. Tommy Delutz, who hasn't struck the entire game, now must strike 3 times just to tie.
And on a lane he hasn't hit the pocket on.
It would be quite an effort for him to get the first one.
Very little time. Right through the nose again, the 3-6-9-10. Same as Andy left on the other side.
And that's a shame. You know, and this is Tommy's 3rd telecast. Certainly, every time you bowl on television, you're a little bit nervous, but I attribute this as much to the severity of the lane conditions as I do to his nerves.
And inexperience, you think?
Of course.
Well, he has the spare. See if he can finally get a strike on the fill ball.
Strike for 171. Andy Neuer with a 185 game. And he'll be taking on Brian Himmler, who looked pretty good in practice. Even though he hooks the ball a lot, he was starting the ball further left, not getting it as far to the right.
Making this move now. You can see on the... And he's saying, why didn't I do that 3, 4, 5 frames ago? He finishes with a strike, and the winner, Andy Neuer, over Tommy Delutz, 185 to 177. Some of these spares that they shot are coming up in our average builder. Stay tuned.
Introducing Rage from Columbia 300. Let it out.
Running is the fastest way to burn fat if you follow these simple steps. Running will power up your energy reserve if you know what pace is best for you. Running will trim your love handles, hips, and thighs if you call now for this free book, The Complete Runner's Guide, designed for all levels, even if you've never taken a stride. This guide delivers maximum results in minimum time. It's free with your paid subscription to Runner's World. Every issue gets you going with new ideas on improving your performance to finding the perfect shoe. Call for your risk-free trial issue of Runner's World. If you like it, get 11 more for just $17.97. If you're not satisfied, cancel, owe nothing, and keep the free issue. Call now and get a second book free. Burn fat faster. Tone your abs. Lose weight. Drop body fat. The secrets are here. You can burn fat. Gain more energy. Sculpt your body. If you call Runner's World now.
Call now. 1-800-417-9955.
I got started 1970. And like every young kid, Arnold Palmer fan. So they had a Bob Hope Does the Classics. I said, I'm going to go down and take a week off and go down and watch the tournament. Bought a ticket to get in. The caddy master came out and he says, you want a caddy today? And I says, yeah. He says, okay. You wait here by the putting green for a while. I'll be back in about a half hour. So I caddied for Billy Johnson my first time. Been out here ever since. It fascinates me. I love it.
For our average builder this afternoon, we're going to talk about a very common spare left on the PBA Tour by both right-handers and left-handers. For the right-handers, it's the 3-6-9-10, and left-handers, it's the 2-4-7-8. And the problem with this spare is the back pin on both sides, the 9-pin for right-handers and the 8-pin for left-handers. Normally, if I left the 3-6-10, I just move left on the approach, throw the ball over the third arrow or a little bit left-handed, throw it straight, try and hit the 3-pin on the right, and have no trouble making the spare. But that won't work for the 3-6-9-10 because that won't get the back pin, the 9-pin. Well, how do I get that back pin? Well, I think we need to shoot this spare more or less off of our strike line and try and hook the ball into the 3-6. What I want to do is float that ball out toward the channel, but not too far. It can go in sometimes. Have it hook back and hit the 3-6 with the ball taking out the 9-pin, and it looks like this. There I am, a little left of my strike line. Throw the ball just a little right of the second arrow, out toward the channel, back in, and believe it or not, we did that in one take. But that's how it's done. And when you learn to make the 3-6-9-10 and not afraid of it, you can build your average. Next week, we're headed further west to Tucson, Arizona. It's the Tucson Open. That's Saturday, February the 8th, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll be there with another average builder. You be sure and join us. Opening match, Andy Neuer defeats Tommy Delutz, 185 to 171. It's going to get better, folks. We promise that. Match number 2, Neuer against Himmler, coming up next.
If your game is in the pits, your team feels like the pits, maybe, just maybe, it's the shirts.
1-800-PBA Tour.
Our shirts are the pits.
No problem. Shirts are on their way.
Now it's time to put some color on your team and more fun in your game. It's amazing what a bunch of strikes will do for you. So, now you too can look like a winner and bowl like a pro. Just call 1-800-PBA Tour.
The pack is back on top.
To the 40 he may go.
Green Bay is title town once again. Share the excitement in this exclusive Super Pack, the incredible new video, Green Bay Packers Super Bowl 31 champions, plus this super special hardcover Sports Illustrated commemorative edition, both free with your paid subscription. Join the pack for a season of greatness and glory as a team of history becomes a team of destiny. Plus, get this gold embossed, individually numbered SI commemorative edition, a magnificent championship memento you'll treasure forever. This exclusive Packers Collector's Pack is free when you order 54 issues of SI for only $1.48 an issue. Save over 55% off the cover price. Use your credit card. Call now and get your unbeatable Super Pack free from Sports Illustrated. A sports experience like no other. Sports Illustrated. Get into it.
There's some beautiful sights in Austin, Texas. This is one of them. It's the Lake Travis Dam over the Colorado River. Well, the Colorado River gets everywhere. Here in Texas, even.
It's beautiful. You know, in watching Brian Himmler warm up, it looked like his ball returned back to pocket better than Tommy Delutz on the right-hand side.
Look at how far left he is standing. You talk about his ball going coast to coast.
He likes to hook it. Oh, my gosh.
So 1, 3, 6, 8, 10.
Playing the lanes a lot deeper than Tommy was, but getting a similar result.
Well, I wonder if everybody that hooks the ball this much is going to have this trouble all afternoon. If it is, they might as well just give Walter Ray the trophy right now.
It could very well come out that way. I'm looking for them to start striking a little bit. This is a very difficult spare. He'll throw it very hard and straight.
Does not convert. Most people do not count the washout as a split, but if you did, last year in 1996, there were 134 splits. Only 15 of them converted on television. That's just 9%. And then look at this. Well,
not too many strikes, one on each lane.
But he put them together.
That's right, he got a double, and he wasn't sure how he did it. Making reference during our commercial how the lanes were very, very difficult. Andy was saying that he got 2 strikes. He was wondering, how did I string them? He's going to try right now in the left-hand lane. He can take a commanding lead early in the match.
Will it make it? No, but only the 3-5-6. He was looking maybe at another 3-7 like we saw so many times last week.
He's 13 pins up right now, Mike, and he's happy just to have left something that's makeable, and that is a big split. Once again, going to the hard ball, throwing it straight.
Don't hook.
Don't hook, but it did. So our players continue to struggle here in Austin, Texas, the Columbia 300 Open. Brian Himmler has won 4 regionals, 3 of them last year, Marshall.
Yeah, he's a very, very good young player. He's been out on tour for 5 years now.
Well, it hit it. It hit it, but it didn't knock it over.
And there is Brian's wife, Alicia.
Yeah. Nice-looking young gal.
Yes, she is.
Of course, everybody looks young to me anymore, so... Except you, Marshall.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. He'll go hard and straight at the 10 pin, and he's a very good spare shooter.
Cross lane at the 10 pin, and he has it. Okay, PGA Golf on ESPN. Torrey Pines Golf Course is in La Jolla, California. It's the host site for the Buick Invitational Thursday and Friday on ESPN. Davis Love won last year's Invitational. He'll be back to defend his title. ESPN coverage begins Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time.
Now, Brian going over to the lane where he left that wide open washout. Let's see what type of adjustment he makes. Will he make it in his speed? Maybe slow down a little bit, Mike?
Oh my goodness gracious!
Oh boy,
this is getting ugly.
Let's see if we can. That's the 3-6-9-10 with company, the 4-7. We'll watch this shot.
Well, let me ask you this: will the average builder pay off on this spare?
Well, it very well could, and he throws enough hook he possibly could make it. Ball never got far enough to the right. Now here it comes. He's going to get 4 of them, ladies and gentlemen.
and hit the head pin.
Yeah, that's not a very comforting sight.
Has to hurry. Wow, 6 out. What a disastrous frame. Oh.
And all of our bowlers are struggling. Andy now has a 19-pin lead. And Brian Himmler needs to start doing something with some strikes.
Nice stroke by Andy. It's it in the 1-2 on lane 20.
He's found something, and even though Andy has only one PBA national title, he's got 13 years of experience, Mike Durbin, and of our 3 players in the start of our telecast, he's the one that does have the experience.
Of course, the 2 on top got lots of it.
Oh, yeah.
Trying for a double. And he gets it. Andy Neuer doubles in the 4th frame. Takes a big lead in this match right now. There's Angie rooting it on. Come on. Get up. It did. An obedient ball. Well, there's a nice shot by Brian Himmler. What will he do on 19 now?
Well, this is very, very tough as he's down 31 pins. He's gone out the window for 5, through the heart for 4. I'm not sure what type of adjustment he's going to make on lane 19.
And Marshall, he's lost 13 pins and count in 3 frames.
Yeah, he's definitely just making a guess. It's an educated guess. Whatever he does, he needs to make an authoritative strike, an authoritative delivery.
It's got a chance. No, didn't get up. I thought it might hook back. Leaves just the 2 pin.
Yeah, he is definitely lost on 19. It's a highlight show. One's high, one's light, one's high. It's
all right.
I know how that works. I've been there too many times.
Haven't we all?
Yeah.
That have played this game any length of time, from amateur to professional. At the 2 pin, go much straighter at this spare. No trouble with a spare, but he's still 29 pins behind, with Andy Neuer working on a double headed for the 5th frame.
And Andy seeming to be getting more confident with each shot that he throws.
Well, as bad as the other players are bowling against him, it has to loosen him up.
Well, it is loosening him up. He's now got 3 in a row, and that must seem like about 8 in a row.
Well, it must look that way to Brian Himmler right now, as he can't even get it in the 1-3 on that left lane.
Yeah, poor Brian is just having nothing but trouble on the left-hand lane. He's got the right-hand lane figured out pretty good, but he may need a little help from Andy Neuer. I think he's right now thinking, come on, Andy, just wait a little bit for me.
Andy Neuer has found it. 4 in a row. He's taking a commanding 39-pin lead. Can Brian Himmler make a comeback? Well, we'll find out when we come back. Don't touch that remote. Stay with us.
To prevent my heartburn, I'll do almost anything. But if I take Pepsid AC, they say I should take it an hour before I eat. Why? When new Tagamet HB200's label says it prevents heartburn in half that time. And Tagamet has more acid blockers than Pepsid AC, so it blocks stomach acid faster. That doesn't mean it's stronger, just faster. And it lasts for hours.
New Tagamet HB200. More acid blockers help block acid faster.
You love Jock Jams Volume 1. Now, ESPN and Tommy Boy Music give you Jock Jams Volume 2. Jock Jams Volume 2. More of the hottest crowd-pumping jams of all time. Jock Jams Volume 2. Available in record stores everywhere.
This is how we do it.
So, Patrick, is it true you talk to your goalposts?
I don't feel comfortable to answer that question. What about you? No, you can't say that on TV. I'm sorry.
We're on lane 20. Brian Himmler on lane 20. You see his career earnings there, a little over 100,000. We've got our score up to date right now, and there's a 51-pin difference. Himmler on the short end of that difference. Well, he got it back in the 1-3 on lane 20. Gives it a little wave there.
There's Brian's father, Brad, and his mother, Kathy, and his wife, Alicia.
All in mourning at this point.
Well,
in time.
they're a little saddened by the way Brian's ball's reacting. You know, he made a real good shot on lane 20 and only gets 9.
Next week, Brian Goebel looks to three-peat next week as the PBA heads to Golden Pin Lanes in Tucson, Arizona for the Tucson Open. Join us Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.
Well, I feel if Brian Himmler's going to have any chance, he needs to hit the pocket on this left-hand lane, and he needs to start striking because he's down by 52 pins.
That's better. Oh, the solid 10. Momentum. I mean, when these pins pick on you, they really pick on you in bowling.
Yeah, it seems like the bad deliveries turn into bad carry, and bad carry turns into bad shots, and
bad score.
And it snowballs into a low score.
Yeah, we've all been there. Cross lane at the 10 pin, again hard and straight.
This is a man that averaged 258 in the first 6 games of this tournament, which included 2 300 games. So it's amazing how it can change.
Right now, Andy leading by 53 pins, working on 4 in a row, just trying to keep the stroke going. Which he has.
Well, he's very confident right now. He's got to be thinking, all right, Randy, I'm ready for you.
And he could be thinking maybe it's going to be like this for the right-handers all day long.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't really think that, in fact, it was very evident by the first match. He didn't have a very good shot in the opening match. He figured something out where the right-handers have not figured it out yet.
Well, he certainly has figured it out. 6 in a row, and he's just a different bowler from the first game. It shows you what confidence can do.
I haven't had too many 73-pin leads after 8 frames, and right now, I know Brian would just like to add some credibility to this game and start striking. That's got to hurry.
The 2-8-10.
It's really tough, and you can see Andy right now. I know he sympathizes with what's happening.
As he fails to convert the 2-8-10, we mentioned that last year he won 3 regional titles. He was voted the headquarters region PBA Player of the Year. But there is a big difference between the regional program and the national tour.
Well, there certainly is, but I think Brian has what it takes to perform well on the national tour, and it's a shame for our viewers. When he starts striking, he's a lot of fun to watch. Can't even steal a Brooklyn.
Leaves the 9 pin. Nothing going his way.
He's a very emotional, excitable player, but if you don't start striking, there's nothing to get excited about.
At the 9 pin, has it.
As you can see, Brian Himmler was leading in the first 3 rounds, and then he dropped to 3rd, to 5th, and came back to 3rd in the final round of match play. So he's had a good week.
Andy finally a little lapse in concentration, leaves the 2-4-7.
You know, it's tough to keep things going when your opposition is so far behind you, and I know right now he's trying just to keep himself in a good rhythm, getting ready for the next match.
At the 2-4-7, that harder ball, and he converts the spare. Heads to the 10th frame. Saying this could be my week here.
And Andy can shoot 245. I know he'd like to get the ball back in the pocket, keeps the momentum going. That's left of target. And it won't hook back.
Yep. Taking very little time, grabs the other ball, fires it down at the 3 pin, and gets one more practice shot.
And he'll be going up a very experienced Randy Petersen in our next match. And we'll see how he combats this very difficult pair of lanes.
And he fires it right back in there. Finishes with 234. Brian Himmler just looking to get out of the way.
Kind of looks like my first game on TV, Mike.
Mine too. Dices him up finally and says, well, at least something good happened there.
Yeah, you know, his wife and his folks fly in to watch this. and he'll finish fourth, make $6,500, and that may not feel good right now, but it'll certainly help out in the future.
Feels better when you deposit the check.
Yes, it does.
And a double. Interesting that Tommy Delutz had a lot more trouble on the right lane, but it was the left lane that gave Brian the trouble.
Yeah, and Brian got off to just a horrific start with the 5-count washout, and then he made an adjustment for left a 4-count, 6-count split. It was just unbelievable.
Finishes it out with 3 in a row, finishing the game with 161. You see Randy Petersen coming on. Our winner, Andy Neuer, of the second match. When we come back, we'll take a look at some of our other top finishers here at John Donovan's Highland Lanes.
A brutal crime.
Julia! I hear you, Julia! I hear you!
A cold system.
Case dismissed.
And no one stood up.
Like it or not, he's got rights.
Till now.
I'll never ever rest Gift. He pays for what he did to her. This is insane.
Sally Fields, Kiefer Sutherland, Eye for an Eye. Is it justice or revenge? In January on HBO.
Can advertising on cable television work for you?
The cable ad com's great. You get to narrow your market and choose the viewers that you want to advertise to.
It's inexpensive. You get great exposure. You can reach your customer base and control your advertising budget.
I think cable advertising is very cost-effective.
Increase your traffic flow. Make your phone ring. Get your name out there. Call Cable Adcom today to see how cable advertising can work for you.
With me is John Donovan, the general manager of Highland Lanes. John, the PBA's been in Austin 14 years, 13 times here at Highland Lanes. How does this tournament rate to tournaments in the past?
I think the tournament went very well this week. Everything went off without a hitch. One thing that I've noticed is the input from some of the players this year. They seem to be much more fan-oriented and involved with the fans, supporting the sport of bowling. And I think that is very important for us. It trickles back to the bowling center, because without the support of the fans, there wouldn't be a way to have the tournament. And they've also been very good this year about supporting our corporate sponsors that help support the tournament.
Thank you very much, John. Nice having you here.
Thank you.
Let's take a look now at the top finishers at John Donovan's Highland Lanes. In 8th place from Venezuela, Amleto Monticelli, the newest member of the Hall of Fame, just missed the telecast for the 2nd week in a row.
And Mike Albee finished 2nd last week, but he never really threatened for this week's show.
Brian Goebel loves Tucson, and next week he's looking to three-peat there.
Bob Spaulding still looking to add to his lone 1995 victory.
And rounding out our match play field is former U.S. Open winner Justin Romick. Final score of match number 2. Andy Neuer defeated Brian Himmler 234 to 161. That earns him the right to take on the veteran Randy Petersen. Will Randy figure out this pair? Stay tuned.
Would you do this to a $1,000 leather sofa? Ouch! Of course not. But accidents do happen, and we can fix them like new with Liquid Leather, another great product from HSN Direct. It'll make that ruined sofa, this damaged briefcase, this torn leather jacket, all like new again. And it's so easy to do. Just fill in the sore spot with the high-tech urethane compound with perfectly matched color. Cover with the finishing patch and let dry. Remove, and you have a perfect match that lasts forever. It's great for vinyl and naugahyde, too. Use it to fix that ugly crack on your dashboard. Just apply and let dry. It works every time. You get all the colors you need, along with an easy-to-follow mixing chart that shows you how to perfectly match any color. Even these ruined $90 pumps can be made like new. Just apply and let dry. $600 to replace this vinyl car top? No way. Just apply and let dry. $370 for a new car seat? Not a chance. Just apply and let dry. How about this expensive floor? Not a problem. Just apply and let dry. You never need heat or special tools. Just apply and let dry for a perfect match that lasts forever. You'd gladly pay $70, even $80 for this little miracle that can save you hundreds. But with HSN Direct, liquid leather is just $19.95. But it gets even better. Order now with your credit card and get Insta Fabric absolutely free. It works like a charm to repair tears and cigarette burns on any kind of fabric or upholstery to just like new. Use liquid leather for 30 days. If you're not 100% satisfied, return it for a refund. Either way, keep Insta Fabric as a free gift. Supplies are limited. Call now.
Call 1-800-745-2552 now to order liquid leather. Or send $19.95 plus $4.95 delivery to Liquid Leather, P.O. Box 2978, Framingham, Massachusetts.
The Winter X Games brings together the greatest athletes from around the world. Athletes who've changed their sports.
Isn't that our paper boy? Sure is.
The Winter X Games continues tonight at 8:30 p.m. on ESPN2.
Welcome back to Highland Lanes, Austin, Texas. Andy Neuer got through two opponents that didn't bowl very well against him. Randy Petersen has a lot more experience. He has 11 titles. Let's see what he can do with this difficult pair of lanes, 19 and 20.
And watching him in practice, Mike, he seemed to have moved in, not swinging the ball quite as far out to the right, a more direct line. He seemed to have pretty good success in the practice. Let's see what he can do.
Whoa, my goodness.
Now there's the big break that Randy got that the other players had not gotten. That'll loosen somebody up.
Well, you know why that
happened.
Anyway. You know why that happened. I mean, the Pins know he's an 11-year veteran. They say they owe that to him.
That's yeah. The Pins have a way of knowing these things, don't they, Mike?
Come on, keep it in.
Leaves the 7-pin on a crossover hit.
Fortunate just to leave the 7-pin. He'll go hard and straight. You know, after 23 years in the tour, for me, Mike, those pins show me no respect.
They have a way of doing that, don't they? At the 7-pin, a little rumble down there, but that's fine. Angie's pleased with the results so far. She knows that he's got a tough opponent in this game.
Needs to strike on lane 19 to keep this match even. Kind of double dribbled that ball. Well, and if we thought Randy Petersen's break was big on 19, I want to see that shot again.
Angie liked it.
Watch this, Mike. Now, this is right through the nose. Gosh, I hope I don't split. Oh, good. I broke down the split. Hey, wait a second. I made a strike?
You know the old adage. It was a good hit. They just felt funny.
Yeah.
Randy trying for a quick double on lane 20. In deep at the 4th arrow. Doesn't make it back, leaves the 2-5.
And he wasn't totally pleased with that particular shot. He got the ball down the lane further than he wanted to. He doesn't want to play a big sweeping hook, which is really what got our finalists here this week.
The big sweeping hooks, huh?
They've had to make adjustments today.
Changes balls, goes straight at the 2-5. Colorado's Peter Fosberg leads the Avalanche into Arrowhead Pond to take on Paul Correa and the always tough Anaheim Mighty Ducks. That's tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Time.
Randy Petersen back up on lane 19. Would like to get his ball a little lighter in the pocket than that first shot. He was fortunate. The Pins cooperated.
And the old Greek church. The 4, 6, 7, 9, 10.
This is somewhat makeable, but he's going to try and get the ball just to the right-hand side of the 6-pin and send it over into the 4 and the 7.
Takes the 3 pins, open in the 3rd frame, and again,
everything going right for Andy Neuer and nothing going right for the opposition right now. Andy just coming off a huge break, He's now up by 17 pins just by sitting there and watching. Can make it 27.
Andy rooting it on. Andrew right there. And Andy.
Both of them are Mike now.
As always, ESPN keeps you up to date with the scores. At 28 and 58 past the hours, he's yelling hook, and it does. He liked it. Randy now suddenly 37 pins behind as Neuer is working on a turkey.
Randy's got a lot of heart. He's going to keep working hard. He's in the 4th frame. There's no give up.
Changed angles. And through the nose. Leaves the 6-10. But he said, I'm not going to sit there and die. If I'm going to die, I'm going to get where I'm more comfortable.
And you know, and that's where the first couple of right-handers today, they didn't make the big adjustments early. You know, Randy he's going to jump around the lane, try and find something.
Of course, he did that in the practice balls, too, as he shoots at the 6-10, has the spare. Right now, what's going through his mind is, boy, I don't know where to play these lanes. I don't know where to stand and where to aim.
And he's having more trouble on lane 19 than 20. Both the shots on lane 19 were just a little bit tentative. He didn't let the ball go off of his hand, get down the lane far enough to have a chance to strike it.
Well, Marshall, when you were bowling, you knew you had to split the board. Did that affect your hand release sometimes?
There's absolutely no doubt. When you know you don't have much room out there, it's hard to let it go.
Let that one go. Says, why didn't I start there?
All right. Andy, even though he's 37 pins down, he still feels he's in this match.
Andy knows that, too. He wants to slam the door on.
There's absolutely no doubt about that.
In the pocket, the 1-2 leaves the 10-pin, light hit.
Well, he's doing what he needs to do, making quality shots.
And low scores are winning these matches.
Right, not getting up there and beating yourself. He's making sure he's well in this match.
Has the spare. We're through 5 frames. Neuer leads by 36. We see the scoreboard right there, 99 to 63, but Petersen working on a strike.
Come on.
Oh, well, a little bit of everything was up there, the 7 and the 10, but they all fell down. Andy Neuer strike in the 6th frame. Let's see a look at this last shot of Andy Neuer. He scatters them, and we're going to scatter for just a second, but we'll regroup and be back after this.
You are a machine, a force to be reckoned with. To keep all pistons firing, you've got to feed the machine. And the fuel you need is right here in Men's Health. Get rock-hard abs now, 6 different ways, and no sit-ups. Discover superfoods for instant energy and fat burning. Eat what you want and still lose weight. Only Men's Health delivers the latest information that talks to real guys. Like the ultimate 20-minute workout to sculpt a body that says power. Call for your free trial issue. Keep it and get a full year for $19.97. You'll also get 3 books free. 100 Ways to Burn Fat Faster, the Men's Health Guide to Intimacy, and Quick and Healthy Cooking for Men. When it comes to romance, Men's Health reveals what she really wants and shows you how to make your relationship intense and incredibly pleasurable. Subscribe now for just $19.97. Cancel anytime and keep the free books. You're a machine. Try Men's Health today. Feed the machine.
We're back at Highland Lanes. This is Mike Durbin along with Hall of Famer Marshall Holman. Looking at Randy Petersen trailing by 36. Boy, he needs to strike big time here.
Yes, he really, really needs to start striking now, not only to cut it by 10 pins, but to maybe shift some momentum over to his side.
Oh, boy,
and
good shot.
Makes a good shot, and pins not cooperating. No tripping of the 4-pin for Randy. And he's feeling a little more dejected as this game gets further and further along.
Grabs another ball, fires at the 4-pin. He's struggling now, not smiling, but I talked to him about his happy-go-lucky attitude and asked him if that was an act or not.
It's all an act, Mike. I'm I'm wound pretty tight. But I think, you know, by trying to have fun and joke around with the guys and stuff, it's a way for me to relieve tension. It kind of keeps me loose and keeps the other guys loose, and I enjoy making them laugh, so it's a lot of fun.
Still alive, barely.
Yeah, he's feeling good about lane 19. He's got to make a slight adjustment on lane 20, and he's also got to hope that Andy Neuer doesn't get a couple of strikes and really put this match away. 36 pins is Andy's lead.
Up very quickly. Likes it. And the same hit as the frame before on this lane.
Yeah, a little bit of a weak 10 pin, getting the ball into the pocket, but not getting enough drive.
Does that come from the deep angle that he's playing?
Well, that comes from the deep angle. It also comes from the fact that he's just trying to feed the ball to the pocket. He's not really worried about power.
Has the 10 pin. Still 36 pins through 7 frames. The top senior golfers compete for the top prize in the Royal Caribbean Classic. That's from Key Biscayne, Florida. Join ESPN this afternoon at 3:30. That was 2:30 Eastern time, or no, 5:30 Eastern time, 2:30 Pacific time. I'm trying to figure out what part of the country I'm in here, but we'll get it right. Be sure and watch.
Randy Petersen in the 8th frame on a must strike.
Has a chance. And it's alive. Did you see that follow through?
It's beautiful. Randy really sticks the follow through, and he's a tall man, and he takes advantage of the long arms in order to get that good release.
So what happens if he strikes here?
Well, he can be down by 16 pins. He still has a possible 223. Right now, Andy Neuer working on a 219 pace.
Big shot here.
So this is a huge shot. This is a lane he has been hitting.
Has to hurry. Oh!
Well, look at that, Mike.
Oh! He says one for
now there's that smell. Watch this shot. As you said, Mike, it needs to hook. It looks like a 2-pin, a 2-8. And he gets a little bit of help from someone. He's definitely getting pumped up now.
Andy Neuer back live. Oh, in a solid 7-pin.
Now there's how quick it can happen. Randy Petersen makes a shot that gets a great break. Andy Neuer could have struck there, spared the 10th frame, and he wins. Now he needs to get up and get 2 strikes in the 10th frame to shut him out. But first, he's got to pick up this 7-pin.
No trouble with the 7-pin, and he gives it a little point, says, thank you very much. Match is still in his hands, a big thing.
Yeah, this is a big shot. He knows that this lane has been working well for him, but he also knows it's a 10th frame and it's crunch time.
Very little time.
You played me. Thank you.
Does he always do that under pressure situations, go faster?
He seems to. That seems to be his MO. When he gets under the heat, he doesn't like to stand there and think about it. He wants to get up there and throw it.
Did you ever find you were faster than your thoughts?
Well, you know, I know that was the way that I work, too. And sometimes you have to make a conscious effort to slow yourself down. This shot right here to shut out Randy Petersen.
Get up.
Angie yelling, get up.
Nice
Leads
shot.
to 1-3-6-10. Not happy with that effort. It's amazing how bowlers beat themselves up.
Not a good time to be making an air ball shot, and he's going to get up there and throw hard and straight at this spare.
Has it. Clean game. Finishes 219.
And now Randy Petersen has the opportunity that he wants. He needs 2 strikes in the 10th frame. So he takes a big breath, get himself loose.
This was all he could ask for.
Yeah, you know, halfway through the match, it didn't look like he was going to have a chance in the 10th frame.
Oh, that looks good. Oh! Remember, that almost left a solid 8 like he did against Ernie Schlegel.
Great shot. You know, our final two players, our top-seeded 2 players, Walter Ray and Randy Petersen, veteran players who know how to get it done towards the end. As you can see, he needs to strike here and then 7 pins. He's taking a re-rack. He didn't like the way the pins were set. Not exactly sure what was off spot. Generally speaking, for the right-handers, it's something in the 1-3 area of the pocket. Might have been a little bit closed. Andy Neuer knows he's done all he can do, and now it's up to Randy Petersen. Strike here. Give him a chance to go on against Walter Ray.
For the lead, that looks a little left, and it leaves the 4-pin. Oh.
And it was, Mike. That ball never got far enough to the right. But a very, very good effort as he shakes Andy Neuer's hand. It'll be 2-12 for Randy Petersen with this conversion. Andy Neuer 2-19.
Cross lane at the 4-pin, inconsequential, has it, and Andy Neuer is going to have a chance to bowl for his second victory as he's the victor in our semifinal match over Randy Petersen, 219 to 212. Coming on, though, we're going to take a look when we come back at a review of the previous 3 matches with Championship Frame. Stay with us, please.
The Pack is back on top. Green Bay is title town once again. Share the excitement in this exclusive Super Pack. The incredible new video, Green Bay Packers Super Bowl 31 champions. Plus, this collector's dream, a special hardcover Sports Illustrated commemorative edition. Both free with your paid subscription to Sports Illustrated. Call this number now and join the Pack for a season filled with greatness and glory when the team of history becomes a team of destiny.
Is this heaven or what?
It's a one-of-a-kind video starring the one and only Green Bay Packers.
Everybody work down. Let's go.
It's Reggie.
Reggie got him again.
Brett.
Brett Favre, yes, touchdown.
Edgar Bennett.
Dive, touchdown, Edgar Bennett.
And Bad Moon.
Touchdown, Andre Rison.
It's Dorsey.
Touchdown, Dorsey.
Dotson. And Desmond.
Field goal. To the 40, the 30.
It's the good guys in green and gold. The legendary Green Bay Packers.
What a moment. Oh.
Don't miss this super tribute to the Pack. It's free from Sports Illustrated. Call now and get your exclusive championship package, including the Sports Illustrated Super Special Commemorative. Each collector's edition is hardbound, gold embossed, and individually numbered. This colorful memento magnificently captures the Packers in a championship style you'll treasure forever. Both great collector's items are free when you order 54 issues of Sports Illustrated, including the famous swimsuit issue, for only $1.48 an issue. Save over 55% off the cover price. For quicker delivery of your Super Pack, use your credit card.
That you could drive a truck to the Super Bowl.
Don't miss this exclusive, unbeatable Super Pack. Call now to get the great Packers video and the special hardbound collector's commemorative edition, both free from Sports Illustrated. A sports experience like no other. Sports Illustrated. Get into it.
Now it's time for Championship Frame. We take a look at our previous 3 matches. In the opening match, Tommy could have tied this match if he'd have struck out, Morris.
He needed 3 strikes in the 10th. It never really got loose. Through a tentative shot, it was left all the way.
Well, he struggled the whole game as he takes a look at it. He knows it's high, thinks maybe it's going to hold, but it doesn't. He lost that opening match to Andy Neuer, 185 to 171, setting up a blowout in match number 2. Andy Neuer got 6 in a row. This was one of them, a strike in the 7th frame.
Working on 4 strikes in a row and pretty much on cruise control as he gets all 10.
He likes it. He likes those easy wins over Brian Himmler, 234 to 161, but it wasn't so easy in the semifinal match. Randy Petersen could have won if he'd have struck here, Marshall.
Got the first strike in the 10th. Needs a second one in the 10th and 7 to win this match, excuse me. The ball never far enough to the right. A little high all the way. Hold pocket, please. Not quite.
It held pocket, but it left the 4-pin. He's watching it all the way. The disappointment on his face as he knows he's eliminated from this tournament. Andy Neuer defeats Petersen 219 to 212. That sets up our championship match. Walter Ray Williams Jr., the great one, taking on Andy Neuer. Stay tuned.
Who do you love? Who do you love?
Introducing Rage from Columbia 300. Let it out.
In the Journal, a rock and roll banker makes massive bets, emerging as one of the most powerful figures.
The question, has the West lost Russia?
Trying to travel light? The Journal says forget it, as survival gear for the typical business traveler includes
Find out what American automotive company has returned to the driver's seat in Europe.
Why Johnny can't read? Take a look at the latest battle over education reform.
Doctors discourage genetic tests that could help predict.
More women are ditching the corporate brat race, becoming the newest entrepreneurial force in America.
Influence communications over the
Meet the new workplace hero, the boss who knows you have another life.
The Wall Street Journal is vital to every business day. Subscribe now and get 2 weeks of the Journal free with a paid 10-week subscription. That's 12 weeks for just 66 cents per day. Call 800-376-2800. That's 800-376-2800 for the Wall Street Journal.
I'm here with Roger Vessel, Vice President of Sales and Marketing of Columbia 300. Roger, Columbia has always been committed to the Professional Bowlers Association. What do you foresee the future to be for the PBA and Columbia 300?
Well, Columbia 300 certainly is committed to the PBA. We are currently in our last year, our third year of the contract with Highland Lanes and supporting the PBA professional bowling. And as soon as this tournament's over, we're going to begin to work on an extension to that contract. So it's very important to us, not only for Columbia 300, but for the sport of bowling itself.
Roger, thank you very much, and that certainly is the kind of news we like to hear.
The handshake for our championship match here at the Columbia 300 Open. The winner of this match will win the money and the trophy.
As we see, Andy's only PBA title, he defeated Walter Ray Williams. And a great start for Andy Neuer.
It's the 94 Bud Light Hall of Fame tournament. He wants to do the same here in 97.
And Walter Ray Williams Jr. wants to give his mother Esther a little bit of a belated birthday present. It was her birthday yesterday. Happy birthday from Walter to you, Esther.
Whoa!
Well, the Pins, they know it's Walter.
Do they?
Well, it only seems that way.
The fans certainly know.
Yeah, he is a fan favorite. As you see, he defeated Andy Neuer quite handily in match play, but that doesn't really have any effect on what happens today. They're both off with strikes.
For a quick double. Oh, perfect. Perfect.
Well, he's a very special player.
See the winner of this game, 22 grand, 11-5 for the guy who loses this game.
That ball was definitely that ball was to the right of his target when it hit the lane and didn't quite hold pocket enough, and he's given Walter Ray Williams a 10-10 lead.
He switches balls very quickly, and he doesn't take much time. At the stick spin, and he has no trouble with that, but he knows who he's bowling.
Oh, there's absolutely no doubt about it. Walter Ray Williams, you know, his goal is to have more first-place finishes than seconds. He has 27 second-place finishes, 27 second places. He has 21 wins, so he can get a little closer today.
Has to hurry, and does, gets that light hit. And, of course, if he happens to win this event today, he ties you in the tournament's one category.
Yes, he does. I don't think it'll probably last for too long either.
There we
have.
You
can see Earl Anthony, Mark Roth, Don Johnson, Dick Weber, Mike Albee.
And hey, look, another. I see my partner.
No, he won a couple months ago.
Right.
Oh, what a key break for Walter Ray Williams Jr. That ball looked high all the way and
almost rolled, hooked out, didn't it?
Well, it did hook out. In the first frame, he comes in light and strikes. This ball a little bit left of his target. He's praying right now. Oh, stop hooking ball. Stop it. And he gets the little bit of a tap onto the 4-pin for the trip for a 20-pin lead.
Trying for 4 in a row, lane 19. That looks good. That looks good.
He's got it all working. He's got the light hits going. He's got the high hits going.
Stays in the match. Dices the 5.
Very important strike. And it seems like on lane 19 that Andy is getting a little more room to the left, getting a little more swing area as this day progresses. This is his 4th match that he's bowled, so there is some transition happening on his side of the lane.
For 3 in a row. Looks good. Oh, my goodness, a 6-8.
Oh, my gosh. Made a great shot. Pays absolute full penalty. Just a terrible break. And he really needs to try and make this right now. Even though it's still early in the match, he needs to make it.
Cross lane at the 6-8. Just missed a great try.
Now here's Columbia 300 President Mike Albritton. And Mike, along with all the employees of Columbia 300, mourn the loss of Mrs. Roger Zeller, the wife of PBA Hall of Famer and Columbia 300 founder and Chairman Emeritus Roger Zeller. Mrs. Zeller died this past January, and her loss is felt by all of us.
Walter Ray trying for 5. It's going to get it. Yes, it does.
You know, we watch him bowl almost what seems like every week on our telecast, and I continue to marvel at how he does it. Watch the way he's getting these pins to dance for him. He's got the high hits. He's got the light hits. Here comes the messenger. Messenger from Mr. Williams. Bang.
And the message is, I'm going to keep striking 5 in a row, trying for 6.
And he really enjoys this game, especially when he strikes all the time.
Come on, he says, 6 in a row.
Well, is it a little too early to start thinking about what C.K. Moore did last year at this very tournament?
That's right. I had forgotten about that.
C.K. Moore shot 300 last year here in the finals of the Columbia 300 Open.
And if Walter does it, the PBA has 10 grand for it.
I believe you're right. But Andy is not done yet. And, you know, if it weren't for that bad break he got on lane 19, as we see Connie Smoot, Vice President of Columbia 300 Incorporated.
Been with Columbia for, what, 30 years?
For quite some time, since the early 60s. I believe 33 years.
Any chance he's got a strike here?
A little more room that time. You know, and that's the kind of error that happens so often in this game, is Angie watches and kind of, I think she understands what his fate is going to be. He was a little bit high the last time. He made the adjustment, over-adjusted, and now he finds himself leaving the 3-pin. Here's Andy's first shot. As you can see, he's going to give it more room. Doesn't want to leave that 6-8. Just comes in light. And no tripping of the 3-pin.
Walter on 6 in a row. And we are right that the PBA is going to give this man 10 grand if he can get 6 more.
And I'll bet he's thinking about it.
Fade.
He's not
the 4-9.
He's not thinking about it anymore. Now, if Andy would have struck in the last shot, this would even be more important. But it does give him some life, and he can still shoot 230, 234.
Will he play it safe and get 9 out, or go for it?
I think he's going to just take the 1.
Oh, he went for it. Ooh, 8 out. That was almost backed it into it.
I know. As you heard him, he's Mike. He said, well, that was real smart. He's kind of kicking himself. Right now, he's down to shooting in the 230s. If Walter would go spare strike all the way out, he'd shoot 234. If Andy Neuer is to strike out, he could shoot 234. So it's stretching a little bit, but it can be done with a pencil.
245. Marshall, I think the best he can get is 220.
That's right. Miscalculation on my part. 224 the best he can get. But now Walter Ray, he makes the mistake that Andy Neuer made. Went high one shot, light the next.
At the 245.
All three.
All three. There we go, all three.
They call him Deadeye. He got that one.
Oh, misses the half-pin, leaves the 139.
Nice shot.
Not happy with himself.
Keep it in on this lane.
See, he's got to keep the ball in on lane 20. He can throw the ball further to the left on lane 19. That's where he has the swing area.
At the spare, he has it, but spares aren't going to win this match. 43 pins.
But no, right now, Walter Ray just needs to just make marks. And Andy needs to strike here really to have any chance. His best right now would be 211.
Leaves the 6-pin, and the momentum obviously has just changed. Even though Walter's struggling at the tail end of this match, he's got enough early on.
Yeah, right now, Andy Neuer with a possible 2-0-0, and Walter Ray doesn't really need to do too much except throw the ball and smile.
Stay behind the foul line. Close in that thumb hole like Mike Albee does.
A lot of the players do that, get a little better feel. He's had some thumb problems this week, but no problem today.
That's enough. He's happy with that.
He'll switch balls, throw the ball hard and straight, and just waiting for the trophy presentation right now for Walter.
Yeah, he's rehearsing his speech at the 10-pin. He mentioned that he had thumb problems, and I talked to him earlier about what those thumb problems were.
Well, the last day of the tournament, my thumb started giving me some weird sensations when I was bowling. In certain positions, it actually would hurt. It didn't bother me bowling in the morning session. Then at night, it started bothering me even more. I started getting real tentative with my shots. Fortunately, I hung in there and managed to hold on to the lead. But yesterday, it might have been a break that we didn't bowl yesterday on TV. And maybe the day off will have given that extra rest. And that's why I'm not practicing at this moment while everybody else is.
He did very little practice before the telecast.
Well, you know, and he's done that before, where he lets the other people bowl, and then he comes in later and just beats on everybody. He's going to shoot 233 with a spare, and Walter Ray Williams Jr. indeed does win his 22nd title, and he does give his mother that birthday present that he wanted to give her.
I'm sure he's pleased about that and gets closer to catching his second-place finishes. Victory number 22 for the great Walter Ray Williams Jr. Andy Neuer finishing it out. Got it in on right lane.
Yeah, I think he knows what he needed to do. He just didn't make the shots in the center part of this game.
Almost carried everything.
As you can hear Walter doing a little commentary saying how he almost carried everything. He was fortunate, but he's also very, very good.
And he gets Brooklands. He tricks the 4-pin. One more strike, he'll wind up at 200 even. A respectable score, but Walter Ray, the great one, he's just a wonder to behold and a marvel to watch.
Yeah, he's a great player, and he knows how to get it done.
One more Brooklyn. Andy Neuer finishes with 200. So Walter Ray Williams Jr. urging the crowd on, playing to the crowd. He's saying, hey, he bowled great, but I got him for the one game. Fans in Austin, Texas, capacity crowd here, appreciate that.
Thank you.
They enjoy seeing greatness of Walter Ray. Final score, 233 to 200. We'll be back to talk to the great Walter Ray. He's the winner today. You stay with us.
Yeah.
We'll be right back after this.
They say they got 15 minutes.
Here's the deal, Jeremy. People take too long with their acceptance speech. I want to thank Mom, I want to thank Daddy. You know, I want to go take a nap. That's where you come in. 5 seconds left, we pop you out of the penalty box. 5, 4, 3, 2. Uh-oh, here comes Jeremy Roenick. I better finish my speech. Boom. Jeremy's spoken. Okay? Put the biscuit in the basket.
The ESPYs with Hootie and the Blowfish, Lisa Leslie, and Carrie Strug. February 10th at 7:30, presented by General Motors and No Fear.
Good, good. Okay, stop. Jeremy, stop. Jeremy!
Taking your act on the road? With Connect First from Northwest Airlines, you get treated like a king for the price of coach.
You pay coach. You sit in first class. Only on Northwest, baby.
The Columbia 300 Open is brought to you by Columbia 300 Incorporated, introducing Rage, Let It Out. And by Just for Men, the leader in men's hair coloring, blends away gray in 5 minutes. And there's your champion of the Columbia 300 Open, Walter Ray Williams Jr.
Guys had a tough time bowling out there today, and my reaction was pretty close, but for some reason he couldn't go away with the ball, so those guys the first few matches were having a little trouble. Andy bowled pretty well. He figured out what to do, so more direct, and I just got a lot of good breaks. I carried everything until that 4-9, and I shouldn't have gone for it. I should have just went for that 4-pin. That was kind of a stupid play on my part. But
you're always beating yourself up, but this is a guy that's not going to beat you up. Roger Vessel from Columbia has a beautiful trophy for you.
Walter Ray, congratulations on an outstanding week of bowling, a great TV final here today. I'd like to present to you the 1997 Columbia 300 Open Trophy. Thank you.
Thanks, Roger. I'd like to thank Columbia for sponsoring the tournament. Great supporter of professional bowling and bowling in general. And they got a great staff of players. I know Marshall, he's done all right over the years.
And we have the general manager here at Highland Lanes, John Donovan. He's got a check for you.
You got to check, and my wife's not even here to take it from me.
Thank you, Walter Ray. On behalf of all the volunteers that have made this tournament possible, and for the staff here at Highland Lanes, I'd like to present you with this check. Congratulations.
Thanks, Jerry. I'd like to thank Jerry Ray, and all the scorekeepers, and all the helpers all this week, and all the fans. You're great. It's great to be down here in the great big state of Texas.
We'll be back after these important messages to talk further to our champion, but you be sure to stay tuned for ESPN Newsday. It'll be coming up after our interview.
Introducing Rage from Columbia 300. Let it out.
Taste that won't fill you up and never let you down. Make it a Bud Light.
Hold it. This isn't you, it's an older guy.
Oh, that was before I got rid of my gray hair with Just for Men hair color.
Come on, that's too natural to be hair coloring.
Just for Men. Apply and in 5 minutes rinse. Gray is blended away for a totally natural look.
Think it'll work for me?
In 5 minutes.
Just for Men looks too natural to be hair coloring. And now try Just for Men Color Gel for the hard-to-color hair of mustaches and beards. Brush in, rinse out. Just 5 minutes.
Who do you love? Who do you love? Yeah, who do you love? Who do you love?
We're back with a 22-time champion right now, and another 22-time champion has a question for you.
Walter, I've watched the great players in the history of the game, and they seem to be able to assume the responsibility of being so great. You, too, have done that. What's your secret?
Well, thanks for the compliment. I just try to remember I'm doing something I love. Bowling's a great game. I know that's why everybody likes to watch it and likes to participate in it, and I think you got to encourage all your friends to go out there, get them to bowl more leagues, and to watch the shows more.
Well, we know that you love it, and we do too. We enjoy watching you, and here's one of the shots that you threw this afternoon.
Well, I don't know which one this is, but fortunately I had a bunch of strikes. That's nice. Oh, that must have been the one at 10th frame. I threw that one great. It's nice when you're loose and you just need to get a good count or something, or just keep it on the lane. I was pretty happy with that. I was a little worried there at the start of the match there. My reaction on the right lane was a little touchy, but I got a few breaks tripping the 4 out and ripping the rack, and I'm even carrying a weak 10. That was unusual for me.
Walter, you have 22 titles. I have 22 titles. What do you think about just retiring, and we can be tied?
Well, you inspired me when you won last October, so I'm going to try and catch a couple other guys out there got more, if that's not a problem.
It shouldn't be a problem for you.
Walter, evidently that you're not satisfied with the performance of last year, as great as it was, 5 titles. Started right off this year with victory in the second tournament.
Well, actually, I'm a little disappointed because last year, the Brunswick World Tournament Champions, I performed absolutely horrible. I made the top 24, and the first time in my career I've ever finished 24th, and I was just very disappointed in that. And I wanted to make a good showing, so fortunately I came out this week and made it and bowled great, and got a few breaks today, and I'm glad to be here. Trust me.
Well, guys, look out. If he feels bad when he finishes 24th and comes back and wins every time, we're all in trouble. We'll be back in just a minute to talk to Andy Neuer. Stay with us, please.
Introducing Rage from Columbia 300. Let it out.
You love Jock Jams Volume 1. Now,
Look what we got!
ESPN and Tommy Boy Music give you Jock Jams Volume 2.
I like to move it.
Jock Jams Volume 2. More of the hottest crowd-pumping jams of all time. Jock Jams Volume 2. Available in record stores everywhere.
This is how we do it.
We're back at Highland Lanes, and joining us is our runner-up this week. Great effort for you, Andy Neuer.
Thank you.
Marshall's got a question for you.
Andy, in the first match with Tommy Delutz Jr., you both struggled, and you found a little bit toward the end of the game. That really seemed to help you get all the way to the final match.
Yeah, I tried hooking it there and left the 1-2-4-7, I believe, which was just a little inside. So I figured I'd move in and see if there was a little strip in there of oil that I could play, and just trying to fit it in there, and luckily it worked.
All right. Well, you made a great contribution to our telecast today. The lanes were extremely difficult, and I congratulate you.
Thank you.
Andy, was it just a little intimidating bowling the greatest bowler in the world?
Well, not actually. I was kind of looking forward to it since my only title came against Walter Ray.
Okay, Andy. Well, we want to congratulate you and wish you all the luck next week. Maybe next week will be Andy Neuer's week, and a great performance this week. Thanks for coming on with us. For Marshall Holman, this is Mike Durbin saying so long from Austin, Texas, where Walter Ray Williams Jr. has won the Columbia 300 Open. Be sure to join us next week in Tucson, Arizona. That's Saturday, February the 8th at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Stay tuned now for ESPN Newsday in Progress. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide